Now the funny thing is the big SUV Jeep behind me is really struggling. You can't get through the small caps that we can. And that's why this car is ideal for the city. So you join me here today in the centre of Shanghai in a place called the Old Town, and you may notice it's a little bit quiet. That's because within a year all of this will be gone and the developers will have moved in. So it's the perfect place to try this, a city car for the future of tomorrow, unencumbered by a legacy brand's history. So what's it actually like to drive, and does it meet our expectations for a city car? Well, let's find out. This is the Leapmotor T03 and this is fully charged.
Don't forget to subscribe and enter to be in the chance to win in our great EV giveaway, where you could win one of 4 electric cars.
So we're extremely fortunate in Shanghai and in China to have a glut of affordable, cheap electric city runarounds. We've got the Wuling Mini EV, which we tested a few months ago, and we've got this. And this is from a company which we probably wouldn't have heard of a couple of years ago. It's from a company called Leapmotor, and they're now one of the best-selling electric cars here in China, in the top 5 in terms of monthly sales volume at the moment. And they've got big plans for the future. This is the luxurious supermini. So let's see what that luxury is all about. So you can tell that Leapmotor have really put a lot of effort into this car because, listen to this. Proper thunk. That shows it's been really well engineered and not just thrown together to make a quick buck. And that's what I like about this car. They've actually really started to think about what this experience is like and how to build a good and well-built city car. There's no extra electronic frippery in here. I've got everything I need in front of me and it's very easy to use. Now obviously this is all within arm's length. I can touch the screen. This is a 10-point-something inch screen here, 8-inch screen in front of me. And I really like how they've made this so simple that when you're driving along, all I can see is the speed that I'm doing. To be honest, that's all I need to know. I can use my navigation down here if I need to, but for that, I do only need to really see my speed and my range. Range isn't such a big issue. The other interesting thing in here is it's a lot of plastic. Fine, no problem, that's okay for this price. And I've got a camera up here which detects when I'm falling asleep. The last thing that is great about this is there's a feeling of space and light. So I've got a sunroof up here which goes almost into the back, and I'm surrounded by glass and I'm sitting quite high up. This is a really good little supermini. So around the front of the car, this is definitely very cute. It's got these 2 kind of bug-eyed headlights. Thankfully, it doesn't have the LED light strip across the front like most electric cars at the moment. The other thing you'll notice here is the charging port, if I can open it. And unlike the Wuling Mini EV, this actually has fast charging capabilities. So you can charge this from 30 to 80% in just 36 minutes. So now we're in a super narrow street. So all of this will be gone just in probably this year. And it's very tight and narrow. There's people, there's bikes parked, there's bikes going around, electric bikes. And this car has no problem. The Porsche Cayenne behind me is struggling a little bit. And that's why these cars are perfect for not only Chinese streets, but European streets as well. Just buzzing around, I could see all around me. I can almost reach, I could touch everything on each side. This is really fantastic. Now, to be honest, there aren't actually that many streets in Shanghai left like this, and this is one of the few remaining ones, so this will be gone very soon. And, you know, a use of a car like this, maybe in a city like Shanghai in the future with big main roads, might not be so useful. Now, it is raining quite heavily at the moment, which means that the wiper's going. And this is cool because it's got a single wiper blade, which makes it feel like a race car. Obviously, it's not a race car in any way, shape or form, but it's more like an actual go-kart. Now, this car comes in kind of 3 flavors. Those flavors being standard, comfort and deluxe. This is deluxe, so the luxury one with all of the self-driving features. But to be honest, I think you could just go for the standard one and pretty much still have a great little city car. A really cool thing is that this actually has OTA, so over-the-air updates, very much like a Tesla. It will update automatically, sent from Leapmotor's headquarters, and they'll send it to the car and it will download it automatically. That's a great little feature for a car like this. Even some legacy automakers don't have that at the moment. So these guys really know what they're doing. So the great thing about this car is they focus the luxury elements on the inside. So actually it does have L2 driving tech, so it's got the self-parking, it's got lane assist on the road. And that's about it. It doesn't have any fancy door handles, very practical, simple door handles on the side, which is great. And that's what I like about this car. So for the price, and that price starts at 60,000 RMB, or 59,000 actually, and it goes up to 79,000 RMB for this version, the deluxe version. And all of that tech and all of those features are on the inside, where it actually matters. I don't really need electronic door handles. This is perfectly fine. So round the back of the T03, I think this is where it becomes a little bit more bland. It loses those cute features of the front and it just looks a bit like a boring old supermini. But that's fine because you do have some practicality on the inside with boot space. So massive clunk as I open the boot. 210 litres of boot space, it's actually quite deep. You can get a few shopping bags in there and you can actually fold the back seats flat as well. So it's pretty practical for a small little supermini. Now, the other interesting thing is that this has a 36.5 kilowatt hour battery powering it to 403 kilometers of NEDC range. Interestingly, Leapmotor have given this car an 8-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty. So they're very confident that the tech and all of the features of this car are going to last a long time, which is great to see from a cheap little supermini. Now, in the back seat of the T03 is actually a great place to be because I've got proper headroom and I've got proper legroom. Let me sit properly. Look, proper knees, I've got loads of room here and I've got loads of room by my head. Unlike the Wuling Mini EV, which is a little bit cramped in the back, this will properly fit 4 adults for a reasonably long journey. There's not much else in terms of features in here. I have a cup holder down here and I've got a cup holder in the door, no USB slots, electric window, that's about it. But that's what you get for this price, and all of the tech and the features are in the front seat with the driver. So this car has a 55 kilowatt hour motor, driving up to top speeds of 100 kilometers an hour. So that's not bad, but to be honest, for a European city, that's probably not really going to cut it, is it? So I think that's limited by firmware. I think that can be changed, but that's not really, it's going to be its life. It's going to be driving in a city like this, and it's perfect on narrow streets like this. It's easy to maneuver around things. You know, there's lots of cyclists, there's lots of people walking around and like that, and it's very easy to drive. Now, you'll be surprised to hear that actually this has a liquid cooled battery, so none of that air cooled battery stuff. So for this price you can still get a liquid cooled battery, that 36.5 kilowatt hour battery, completely liquid cooled. That's probably why it has that 8-year 150,000 kilometer warranty. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that. Now, at speeds, which this can do more than just pooching around little streets, we can go around the street here. It's very competent, and the response of the throttle is good. It's really good. I'm not going to squeeze it too much today because it's wet, but it's really, really simple to drive and to, here you go. The steering response is great. You know, everything about this car is really fantastic, and I think it makes the perfect city car. I am enamored by this car. It's amazing. And I really think the legacy brands could learn a thing or two from Leapmotor. What they've managed to package in this great little value car is amazing, and I wish them all the success in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode from China Today. We've got plenty more coming very, very soon. We've got YouTube memberships, Patreon links all around this video, and if you have been, thank you for watching.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode with Elliot. Everyone enjoys episodes with Elliot. He's really, really popular. I keep getting told that. Amazing. Oh, we love Elliot. He's so brilliant. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, here's another episode that has Elliot in it. Over here is the latest episode that may have Elliot in it. If you want to support Elliot, you can up here with our subscribe button, and you can support Elliot even further with our Patreon link that's just up there.